Hey everyone, happy 4th of July and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to discuss my top favorite picks for the month of July. Starting off with the broader markets, let's take a look at the S&P 500. So the S&P 500 briefly broke below this ascending channel over here on 24th of March and went all the way down to 481. And it broke back above this ascending channel around 28th of April and is now approaching the midline over here. So I do think that the trend will continue. We might have some pullbacks, something like this, but eventually we'll hit the top of the channel. And I think the markets will rally, especially as Trump said recently that he's going to keep the markets high. And the tariffs news, we don't need to be worried anymore since it's already been over with and the markets are heading towards new highs. It recently broke above the previous all-time highs and is trading above that level. And we might see a couple of pullbacks, but the trend is now upwards. Let me pull in the volume. You see, like, we had massive volume spikes over here, and the trend of the volume has been definitely increasing as the S&P 500 has broke to new all-time highs. Looking at the QQQ, by comparison to the S&P 500, it's definitely below its ascending channel over here. But I think because the S&P 500 has broke above the ascending channel and is trending upwards, so will the QQQ. It'll follow the S&P 500. And right now, let's look at the volume over here. The volume has been trending upwards. As you can see, the moving average on the volume has been trending upwards. And I do believe that this would be incredibly bullish if we can have something like this. So pullback, going up, pullback, and then move to the midline and then top line of the S&P 500. So 700, we might see it in the next couple of years, but the trends are in the favor of the bulls. Going to my favorite top picks. So my top picks for the month of July is going to be Amazon, Google, Uber, MicroStrategy, and AMD. Now, before I go into this, let me go into Bitcoin and see how Bitcoin is doing. So you can see Bitcoin. This line over here is also the 1.61 fib level. How do I measure that? It's very easy. You can see the 101,000 is the 1.618 fib level, which is the golden pocket. It's also this resistance level. So touch here, touch here, touch here, and now over here. So looking at the trend, I'm really liking Bitcoin. Why? It's because it briefly broke above this bull flag over here and has just retested as resistance. So you guys know that this is one of my favorite patterns. So you can see up, a little bit pullback, going up, and then a retest of this area, and now it's going to be moving upwards to at least to new all-time highs, testing the 113,000 region. July, taking history into account, taking seasonality and history into account, July is more of a bullish month. I think it's been like 13 or 14. It has like a 90% bullish rate in the past 15 years or something. So I'm definitely keeping seasonality in mind too. But Bitcoin is looking very good. Right now, like if you look at the daily volume is nothing because of the 4th of July weekend. It's a long weekend, but next week is a full weekend, and I do expect to make some fireworks. So look at the weekly chart. Yep, Bitcoin is looking very, very nice, and you can see the RSI over here. It's about to turn bullish over here, and let's look at the monthly. Yep, so Bitcoin is about to turn. If we can break above this 115,000 level, we'll just get this wall of worry away. So this resistance line dating back to 2020. Once this is broken, then we can see the 140s and 150s. But until then, we might range a bit over here. But I do expect 115 or new all-time high soon. But to go to the 150,000 levels, this wall of worry resistance level needs to be broken. But I do think the trend is Bitcoin's friend right now. So eventually it'll go up there. Speaking of that, let's go into MSTR. So MicroStrategy, this is one of my favorite charts in the market right now. Look at MicroStrategy. This is one of the cleanest setups you'll probably find anywhere. So from the resistance, from the 2024 top to now, this line has acted as resistance, right? And let's look at the smaller time frames, like 2 hours. Look, it briefly broke above it. It broke above it last time. This is the first time it's actually done this. So even on the 4-hour time frame, it broke above and closed above it. On the daily time frame, it broke above it, but it did get back down, but it did close above it. Let's look at the weekly chart. Yep, this is just a thing of beauty. Look what happened last time. So last time it broke above, and we just straight up went to Mars with this one. From 175 to 550, it just broke above. And people are seeing dilution, but when the chart looks like this, dilution doesn't matter. Look, it's been outperforming Bitcoin, it's been outperforming Nvidia, it's been outperforming pretty much everything since the bottom. So from the bottom, except Robinhood, of course. So from the bottom to the top, it's 71%, right? And I do believe that we can see $550, $600 soon, or new all-time highs soon, pretty soon. It depends on Bitcoin, of course. If Bitcoin can break the wall of worry, the resistance line and the 1.618 level area region, then I guess we can see a lot higher numbers. So let's look at Amazon. Amazon, this thing is just so bullish. I don't care how many shares Jeff Bezos sells, but this is just so bullish right now. Recently, it just broke above this bull flag over here and moved up. Got a little bit of bearish cloud, but I didn't sell over here, and now we're back above over here. I think we're going to see new all-time highs soon. At least the 230s or 240s region is not out of reach right now. Let's look at the monthly chart. Just look at the monthly chart. So this area has been acted as a resistance or region consolidation from March 2020 to all the way to 2 years of consolidation. Then it broke above it, tested as support. Look at this wick. It went straight to Mars, came back, retested this support, which goes back around 5 years, and now it's going up. I don't think we're gonna get a retest back to 170s again, and we're just straight up going now. Let's look at Google. Google, same thing. Look, a consolidation period over here. So this is like a year of consolidation over here. Broke above, retested as support, broke above, and now this was a final retest. I don't think this is a W pattern. Look, so one bottom over here, one bottom over here, W pattern, right? And I think the new all-time high is $200 level isn't far away. Everybody's ruling out Google from the AI race, but everybody needs to know that Google is the only company that has the most data of any person or any human being or anything alive, right? So they have a lot of data to train on. They also release Google Veo, Google AI. They also have Gemini. So they have so many AI products. We can't rule Google out, right? So those people who are ruling Google out, you're probably out of your mind right now. This thing is definitely going to fly. Let's look at Uber. Uber, I really like the technical setup on Uber right now. So look at this. This is a year and a half of consolidation over here. Break above, retest, and now rebound. So what is this setup called? It's called a breakout, retest, and rebound setup. Where do I think Uber will go? Uber will probably touch this line of resistance. So it's not going to be straight shot up, but something like this to $150 level in the coming year or two. In the short to midterm, I do think it's going to breach $100, right? This is just a beautiful setup. I have a position in Uber, so I'm really bullish on this. I'm also biased, but my biases are backed by the chart. Look at it. You're not gonna find this setup every day, right? So breakout, retest, rebound setup. Let's look at the shorter term. Even on the shorter term, right? It moved up, but it's been consolidating since like the past 10 days now, and I think the next leg up is coming soon. Let's look at, we went over MicroStrategy, Amazon, Google, Uber, and AMD. Ever since AMD broke above this, where is this? Yep, over here. On the daily time frame, it broke above the 200-day daily moving average. It's been going up, right? So this is where I took the position in Uber, right around over here, right at the close of over here. So around 120, 126. It was up 16% in a matter of days, right? And now it's been coming back. And why is it coming back? Look at this long-term resistance level over here. So resistance, support. So let me go back to AMD. So resistance over here, support over here, support over here, and here, support over here. And now look, it's just retesting it, right? So breakout, retest, and now rebound, right? Breakout, retest, rebound. I do think that the area of consolidation is going to be this level over here, around the $150, $160 level. Also, let's look at the volume profile on this. If I can pull it up. It's called anchored volume profile. So from here, yep, let's look at it. So right now, it's over here on the 140s, 130s level, right? The next level is going to be on the 150, 168 level, right? So this is going to be a clear level where supply and demand, where the supply will exceed the demand, and we'll see some selling pressure over here around the $160 level. So I really like AMD over here, especially as it had a pullback over here to the $137 level, right? It's retesting support, right? Look at the moving averages. The moving average is starting to slope again. Look at the 50 moving average, the 20 moving average. They're starting to slope up again, right? Let's look at the weekly time frame. Look, it briefly broke above, right? So it broke above this line, right? This was the first week above. This is the second week closure above this resistance level. So that is something really validating. And let's look at the monthly chart. We just closed the month of June above this line of resistance. And especially as AI is hyping up, NVIDIA is not going to be the only player in the game that's going to provide AI chips. AMD is also going to provide a lot of AI chips. I know AMD has been frustrating a lot, but I think its time is now, especially as we can see the trend change, right? So here's how I look at things, right? So just go at the daily or whatever time frame you work on. So I usually like daily or the weekly, and just look at the three lines, right? So the 20 moving average is the shorter term, the 50 moving average is the midterm, and the 200-day moving average is the long term. So the price is above all three moving averages, right? So it means that the trend is in your favor, right? It's a bullish trend, and you don't want to fight this bullish trend, even though this has been consolidating for a lot of times ever since like 2021. I think that we're gonna see new all-time highs pretty soon, or at least go back to $194, $200 level, right? That was in 2024, March 2024. So those are my top picks. So Amazon, Google, Uber, AMD, and MicroStrategy. And I'm also bullish on Bitcoin. I'm also bullish on the stock markets. Let me know what you guys' opinions are. Comment below. Also follow me on X. I'll link my X in the comment section or the description of this video. And until then, see you till next time.